Gentlemen, today's topic is about the validation trap and how it's keeping men stuck as boys. A lot of modern men aren't failing because they're lazy. To be real, many men are working very hard, but they're still stuck. And one of the biggest reasons why modern men are staying stuck is their need for validation. Not a once in a while need for validation. I'm talking about a life is a scoreboard type of validation. The kind where everything becomes, how does this look? Do they respect me? Will she approve? Will the guys see it? Right? And in the age of Instagram, this trap is everywhere. Men are not just building their life anymore. Most men are building a life that looks like a life that they can be celebrated for. So a man can be productive, disciplined, working out in the gym, building a business, socially relevant, and still feel internally anxious. Because the real issue isn't effort. It's that he's living for approval. And that's what keeps a lot of grown men operating in a boy energy. Not because of their age, but because of their mindset. Boys chase approval. Men live by conviction. Right? And that's the pattern that I'm seeing. A lot of modern day men behaving like boys, chasing approval, instead of being a man who lives with conviction. Right? A boy tends to move based on reactions. If he gets praise, he'll lean in. If he gets criticism, he'll immediately retreat or over-explain himself. If he gets ignored, he tries harder and harder and harder. A man moves differently. A man tends to decide what he believes first, and then he acts on it, even if it costs him popularity, even if it costs him friends, even if it costs him his reputation, even if it costs him intimacy with a beautiful woman, even if it costs him financial opportunities. Not because a man is reckless, but because he has a spine. And that's what many modern men are missing today. They're not missing motivation. They're missing a spine. Let's talk about the misinformation a lot of men are getting and why it's keeping them immature and emasculated, and why it's destroying the masculine mindset. Also, how it negatively impacts a man's results in business, in relationships with women, and with his mental health and self-empowerment. The first is the idea that if people like you, you're doing something right. This one may sound innocent, but it trains you to become a politician. You start to curate yourself. You soften your beliefs. You look for ways to avoid tension. You say what gets claps and cheers. And the trade-off is self-respect. Because deep down, you know when you're not being real. A man with conviction is willing to be disliked and can still stay grounded and true to himself. A validation-driven man can get heaps of praise from all kinds of people and still feel weak. The second is the idea that your life should look impressive. This is the social media disease. Men who are constantly making sure to post the right photos. They're making sure to be in the right circles when there's a camera around, to be at the right places when there's a camera around, creating an image of themselves to give off the right lifestyle and attraction signals to get attraction. And I'll say it again, for a man, achievement absolutely matters. But a lot of men aren't chasing achievement for the mission that burns deeply inside them. They're chasing achievement for perception. They're doing it for the validation to boost perceived status, to create attraction with women, and to impress other men they're competing with. So to do that, they become performers, always posting their lifestyle on social media to get likes and to get attention. Always signaling that they are high in status, live a cool life, and a viable mate or boss. Always trying to look like that guy. And the cost of this imagery that they're putting out is to stop asking this question. Am I actually becoming the man I respect, or am I building an image of myself to get attention and validation from others? One of these behaviors is masculine, and the other is very emasculated. The third is the idea that if women want you, you're a great man. Yes, attraction absolutely matters. I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't. I want beautiful, kind, amazing women to be attracted to me. But some men start needing female attention to feel solid. And that's where the boyishness kicks in. Because now your confidence isn't coming based on who you are, what you believe, or your confidence in yourself. Your confidence is coming from external confirmation from other people. So you start to chase being desired instead of building real standards. You start wanting every woman to want you instead of being comfortable knowing that not all attractive women are meant for you. Instead of selectively dating a small number of women who align with your values and who bring you peace, respect, more energy, and empowerment in your life, you decide to go for, I need the beautiful woman to like me. And that's the trade-off. The fourth is the idea that you choose women based on physical looks because that gives you status. A lot of men are getting trapped here. They'll choose the girl who looks good on their arm, a woman who has immense physical beauty that everyone will cheer him for and maybe even secretly be jealous of him for. To have the fantasy that many men want, that he will get respect because of the beauty around his arm. But this can be a fallacy because many times men will date women who have physical beauty who are not even capable of showing him respect. These men will ignore when she disrespects him. They'll ignore when she's entitled. They'll tolerate chaos. They'll allow emasculation and allow her to weaken his masculine frame. All because of this image that boosts his ego and he thinks will boost his reputation. That's boyish behavior because you're choosing the trophy over the truth, right? A grown man tends to prioritize what actually affects his life. Respect, cooperation, peace, alignment, and support. Because a man who's really on mission can't afford constant chaos just to look impressive. But boys who are lost in no man's land choose to make dating the most beautiful women they can their mission. And everyone suffers for it. And the fifth is the idea that if you join a tribe and borrow the script of that tribe and disguise it as personal belief, leadership, and high status, that people will revere you and you'll be a great man. This is a huge one right now. There are political tribes, there are business tribes, there are fitness tribes, there are crypto tribes, there are spiritual tribes, there are nightlife tribes. Each one comes with a template. They tell you what to say. They tell you what to believe. They tell you who to hate. They tell you what to fight for. They tell you what behavior to praise. And in order to be part of one of these tribes, men start shape-shifting themselves just to belong. And they begin to confuse belonging with strength and having a voice. Because borrowing someone else's identity and making it yours and preaching it loudly is actually quite fragile. This is why so many men sound so strong online, but in person, their actions don't match what they're saying. Or if their actions do match what they're saying, their beliefs might change every time a trend shifts. And you don't see these men applying their spoken beliefs in their life. They're just talking for the validation. That's not leadership. That's not frame. That's not status. What that is that's performance. So now let's talk about what this can do to a man over time. This validation seeking, this performance. When validation is the driver, a few predictable things are likely to happen. You start optimizing your behavior for perception instead of for truth. You might become easy to steer and manipulate with praise or with criticism. And you start to build a life for the crowd and not for your mission, and certainly not for yourself. When you're seeking validation, your focus gets distracted, your frame gets shaky, and then you wonder why I feel anxious, reactive, or lost. Even when you're doing all the right things that a social media group or an in-person group have told you make you a high-value man. Because remember, the issue usually is not effort for modern men. The issue is that most modern men are living like boys, trying to get approval, instead of like a man who's willing to stand alone and stand by his beliefs and values. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I used to be that boyish person until just a few years ago. I used to be the guy who did everything for validation and approval. Even early in my Men of Mastery journey, I was more aligned to some of the social constructs that would lead to people cheer my words and my actions, pat me on the back, quote me, and talk about me to everyone in a positive light. And I was doing that until I realized how much the pursuit of validation destroyed me internally. I experienced short-term happiness from that validation, but a long-term lack of alignment with myself, which always chipped away at me. Feeling happiness for the unity with the community, but a sense of misery because of the division within myself. Feeling relief because of the effortlessness of saying what people want to hear, but then holding the burden of suppressing, saying what they actually needed to hear from my deeper truth. So as Maester Aemon in the show Game of Thrones once said, "Kill the boy, Jon Snow, so the man can be born." And take it from me, living and speaking from truth and deep alignment instead of how you might be received is not easy. It's one of the hardest things you will ever do, but it's also one of the most meaningful things you will ever do. Being in alignment with yourself, your truth, no matter if people approve of it or don't like it, will bring you peace. It will bring you a sense of self-empowerment. And this is one of the reasons why I built Men of Mastery, to help men rebuild the internal masculine core, a higher sense of self-awareness, intuition, conviction, standards, frame, and self-respect. Traditional masculinity tends to look something like this. A man who knows what he believes. He moves on it. He accepts the consequences of it. He doesn't ask for permission. He doesn't need everyone to like him or approve of him. And as one of my close friends says, he has the courage to be disliked. And this is not because you're trying to be edgy as a man, but it's because you're trying to be free. To become a man who needs to be liked is to never be free. A man who needs to be liked is easily influenced, controlled, and distracted. I truly believe that a man becomes a grown man when he can hold his truth and his values closely to himself and be fearless about speaking about them, even when it costs him something. And once you step into that, you're in the process of mastering your masculinity and mastering becoming your true self, courageously and unapologetically. So for the men who are watching this video, if you want to get rid of your validation-seeking boy and step into your sovereignty as a man, here's the question I'll ask you. Where are you still making decisions to be liked or to be approved, to fit in and fall in line, instead of making decisions because they're aligned with your deeper truth and your mission? Ask yourself that. Because once you see validation as the chain that has shackles on you, as actually the weakness inside of you that's holding you back, it becomes harder to unsee that. When you start to break that chain by fearlessly living from mission, truth, personal power, and deep alignment, you will improve as a man. You will also mature as a man. You become harder to manipulate, harder to distract, harder to pull off of mission, harder to pull out of masculine frame. And that's usually when a man stops performing like a boy. And that's when he starts leading like a man. If you learned something from this video and you would like to experience a life-changing transformation, check out the links below in the description to learn more about our Men of Mastery coaching programs and brotherhood groups, and choose one that's best for you.